Time to change it up. I'm gonna add some hotkeys. I'm gonna move some stuff around, and I think this new keyboard is really gonna make a big difference in my day trading. Well, maybe not a majorly big difference, but I think ergonomically and with my execution. So I'm gonna talk about it in this video, kind of adding some hotkeys and the new keyboard. I'm getting rid of this thing. It's still fine. I just wanted to look like I was getting rid of it, but I'm getting rid of this one. We're gonna talk about my new keyboard and what my new hotkeys are gonna be in this video, so stay tuned. In terms of keyboard technology, we're upgrading, baby. We're going straight to the moon. Do me one big favor before we get into the unboxing and reveal of the new keyboard. Hit the like button, just hit it right now. Also, make sure if you're not already subscribed that you subscribe if you want to learn more about day trading. Here it is, the new keyboard. This thing feels already like it's a major upgrade. I'm going for just kind of a higher end gaming keyboard. It's got a couple extra keys that you can program for customizing, stuff like that. It's also a mechanical keyboard, so I'm hoping that kind of helps with kind of the ergonomics, and also kind of if I am using different hotkeys, it'll be a little bit easier to feel. With the Mac keyboard, it's very flat and like almost like hard to tell what keys you're on just from not looking at it. So I'm hoping this keyboard really makes a big difference in terms of just the ergonomics and just kind of where my hand is placed and all that. We're gonna go ahead and open it up here and see what it's all about. I'm sure you guys are just dying to really see this thing in action. You know, I'm kind of excited. It's the Lamborghini of keyboards. We gotta zoom down for the ta-da! I'm already impressed. This thing is gonna really change the game here, boys. Holy crap, what is all this stuff? Extra cables on there. It's got some serious weight to it. Honestly, this is a mechanical keyboard. Oh, look at these buttons. Can you guys even see those buttons there? I don't think you can see it. So one of the reasons that I picked this mechanical keyboard over other ones is these buttons here on the side, which I'm gonna turn into my hotkeys and gonna have a little extra fun there. And I think it's kind of in a good spot there. Oh, that feels nice. Oh, it's just beautiful. So I've got the keyboard all plugged in. I had to download some drivers, kind of program some keys. The cool thing is I can customize all the different keys, kind of figure out, you know, what I want to change, how I want to set up my hotkeys, and really kind of customize this keyboard. I've just been using it a little bit, and really it just has a good feel to it. The wrist rest is nice. A lot of times I think with the Mac, with just a simple stock keyboard, you know, my wrist just laying on there. Now I got this nice little rest there. When you type, you can actually feel a rebound. So I'm actually, you know, not just hitting on a flat surface. It's nice. It's kind of a different sensation, I guess, you know, using a mechanical keyboard over using just a normal keyboard. You know, and this keyboard is definitely going to be a little bit faster. I don't know the exact, but they say it's faster. The information is going to go from the keyboard to my broker and send my order faster. I mean, maybe that'll help. I don't know. I do like already. Just this thing is laid out. It's got a nice look to it. It's got the cool LEDs. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of talking about some of the hotkeys, what I'm going to be changing, what I'm trying to do a little differently. So my first hotkey, the first hotkey that I really use is I'll buy 1,000 shares with a limit order on the ask. So a lot of times you see a stock jumping higher, I'm trying to buy maybe a breakout, stuff like that, I'll buy 1,000 shares on the ask. Other hotkey I'm setting up is I'm gonna buy 1,000 shares on the bid. It allows me, maybe if I'm trying to buy a dip, I can put out multiple orders on the dip, on the bid. So if the bid's jumping around, I can try to get filled on that dip, you know, as the bid's jumping around. I have another hotkey, which is basically going to be me selling on the bid as well. That's going to be me selling my full position on the bid. So it'll be a hotkey for a limit order to hit the bid. So basically, if the bid's coming up, if the power is there, stock's moving higher and I want to sell, I can hit the bid with that third hotkey. Fourth hotkey is going to be basically me selling half of my shares on the ask, you know, getting filled into a push higher. That way, if it is pushing higher, I'll get filled half, kind of lock in that profit. And then my fifth hotkey is going to basically be a third of my position as well. I can go into Dash Trader Pro and set it up so it sells, you know, half of my position or third of my position, and I can set that up. Also on the keyboard, I have another hotkey that I use, which is going to be basically Alt X, and that's just getting me out. That's hitting the market order, and let's say I'm just stuck in a trade, I want to get out of it. Boom, I'm going to hit Alt X, and what that's also going to do is when I set it up is that I'm going to have it so it cancels my other orders and just sells. So whatever orders are out there, it's going to be canceled and it's going to send that right to the market. So instead of me having to manually click it and stuff like that, I can add that. And then people always ask me, you know, what are you doing for short selling, stuff like that? I can basically just do the opposite. So if I'm trying to sell 1,000 shares, I can go hit my hotkey to sell 1,000 shares. If I don't own any, it's gonna just sell with the hotkey. So it's a nice thing. Just kind of using this already, I can kind of just feel, it feels, I don't know, maybe, is it a big difference? I don't know if it's a big major difference, but definitely, you know, it feels good. It feels like it's got a nice bounce to it. So when I am hitting the keys, you know, it's got a nice little rebound to it. So I'm not just hitting that flat surface. And I think, you know, maybe that's gonna help when I am sending orders and just kind of the overall ergonomics of feeling the keyboard and kind of knowing where my hands are. You know, the other day I hit the wrong hotkey when I was trying to do something. You know, I'm always trying to look for little improvements, trying to refine things, trying to figure out, you know, what works best for me. And I think that's really what's important for you guys, is to kind of figure out what works best. You know, no matter what computer you're using, no matter what keyboard, no matter what mouse, it's really comes down to a personal preference. And that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm just kind of personalizing my setup right here. It's funny, when I first started trading, I really didn't use hotkeys that much. And I was like, oh, I don't need to use hotkeys. But the more and more I traded, the more I learned that hotkeys are a very, very important tool to have when you're day trading these crazy stocks. And you just don't have time to enter orders manually. You need to be able to get in fast, you need to be able to get out fast, and that's why I use hotkeys. That's why I tell people hotkeys are so important. So right now, what's my overall review? I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty stoked on this new keyboard. It's sweet. It's got all kinds of stuff going on with it. Maybe it's a little bit of an indulgence. Maybe I could have got a cheaper one. Why not get the best and not mess with the rest? So there it is, the Razer Black Widow Chroma version 2 keyboard. This thing is ready to get to work to make some money. We're gonna be hotkeying it all day, baby. Hotkeys, hotkeys, hotkeys.